Well, I'll give you an idea of what I'm living on at the minute. I mean, as you know, I'm sort of almost fruitarian in some ways, especially at home. Um, Much more flexible when I'm out. I'm just a vegetarian then. I've avoided grains and I've avoided meat and fish um, and manufactured food generally. What do I typically have? Breakfast, it might be some sort of fruit, especially citrus or if they're in season, something like feijoa or grapefruit, whatever. And during the day, fruit. And somewhere in the day, a meal, which increasingly has been to include spinach and to include, which I grow in the garden organically, and beans, stroke lentils, dal, that sort of, do we call them pulses? Something like beans and spinach and, well, I have been putting beetroot and carrot to make such into a soup. And then herbs like oregano, perhaps a bit of basil. And curry leaf. Recently I used quite a bit. So that's my cooked meal of the day, if you like. And typically I do have something of that order. Now, that's more or less it. If I'm out, well, I look at, of course, I find something vegetarian. And the diet may become a bit fuzzy when I'm out. But I try to rein it in as much as possible. Do I then long for something else during the day? Well, I mean, I do have some variety. I mean, I do have nuts and honey. I grind the nuts every 4 or 5 days. I might grind some nuts up and mix it with honey, which is a sort of natural marzipan in a way, Have a few spoons of that. I might have boiled potatoes. Don't think I should be having potatoes. It's not a good idea, even organic ones. You move in the direction you want to move, not to an extreme that you can't maintain. And my threshold is somewhere around there, like with I don't think it would be wise not to not have spinach or not have carrots at the minute, but I could try. The only risk of trying things is that some things don't have short-run consequences. They have long-run consequences which could conceivably be irreversible. We don't want to do that, so I am cautious, as you can see. But at the same time, I look as though I'm a bit of a fanatic as regards diet, I would think, to most people. I don't ram it down their throat. But of course they do ask you, don't you eat so-and-so? I said, no. And then they say, why? And, and you start finding you're campaigning for people to follow your diet. But it's like evangelizing. not by any means necessarily appreciated. And I don't commend it to you. Thank you. And I trust in my heart that I'm following the Jesus story advice, really, which is those that have ears to hear, let them hear. You know, he's not ramming it down your throat. You'll come to it in the fullness of time when you realize you need it, if that's the case. Thank you, Heavenly Dad. You see, my God is not a God who tells you off immediately you do something wrong and threatens you with hell and entices you with hopes of heaven. It's not that. My God is one who is certain in his mind that he can do all things and will bring you to the same glory as he is, in communion with him and with all life. Wow. My God is an awesome God. In that sense, not awesome in the sense of Old Testament terrifying and frightening, but loving and kind. Beautifully awesome. Love you, Heavenly Dad. Thank you, Dad. Yes, I think I could add, as it occurs to me in listening to this again, he's not the hound of heaven. Didn't you feel that was an unfortunate analogy? I did. He doesn't chase after the secular. And given the opportunity by God to express their values in the life they lead and find out the truth of the matter. And if they have ears to hear, in other words, want to hear, I think is what that means. I think that's what it means. And they will. And they're the ones he's talking to. You and me. If you've been with me thus far, I mean, it's highly likely you have ears to hear. Bless you. Thank you, Heavenly Dad.